Hi Collective, welcome to my channel, Crystal Shadow Work. So this is going to be a twin flame reading. Okay, this is going to actually be like another one, part 2, to the reading that I did earlier because I had gotten another download that Source wanted me to create, okay? Okay. So if you guys have not checked out that reading that I did, you need to, okay? Because it's going to have the same like cover photo as this one. I'll probably label it the same too, or close to it, so it'll come up that way, because in that reading I don't talk about there being a part 2 reading, but I got a message out for some of you. You know, you could be in the same type of situation, but I want to just make sure to get the awareness and the guidance out there. So it was divine angelic guidance about the twin flame union to Christ consciousness for the chosen ones. All right, so but down below my channel, you should be able to find the one with the same cover photo. Okay. So, because what I was getting is that this is not going to be for everybody, right? And, like, I knew that I was putting together readings for the Twin Flame Collective. And, like, if you guys have been following me for a while, or even if you haven't, that's okay. But before, I was doing a lot of messages where I was getting that you guys are getting a choice between a soulmate and a twin flame. Okay, because I was seeing a lot of energies and then definitely a choice, right? And I was telling you that for some of you, it's like your counterpart, okay, was not awakening, like either it was divine feminine or divine masculine. One of the twins was not awakening, right? So for the one that I had already awakened, it's not fair for them to kind of wait around. Like, even though I get that, you never wait around for your twin, right? You don't wait, you live your life, and these journeys are about finding that love for yourself, right? And you pour all that love into yourself and you focus on the journey, right? And what's going to happen is that it's going to trigger your counterpart to that healing. But for some, there are some where it takes a lot longer to do so, or maybe not at all. Then you get into an alignment with another counterpart energy, but it's not like your divine counterpart, but it's another like divine masculine or divine feminine of high vibration. Okay, that's like another chosen one, another very divine being that is good, that could help you carry out your mission, and for you to spend the rest of your lives together, because we want to be able to come into union. A lot of us have families built and all of that. And it wouldn't be fair for one person to do all the work and then not be able to get that, right? But that's also why, like, there was, like, contingency plans, right? There was backup plans. That's why you have, like, different vibrational soulmates that teach you different karmic lessons along your journeys and things like that. And that I needed to say that for the twins, the journey of it is the discovery, right, of finding that self-love from within. So there are some twin flames that you guys trigger each other to awaken, to go down your missions and paths of self-discovery and trigger those spiritual awakenings. And so it's like, even if you're going to come into contact with your twin and it's going to constantly push and pull and trigger you to go and do that beautiful learning, that even if they don't fully awaken or you guys don't find that vibrational match due to traumas and things that have happened, then there are other, options that, you can very much abandon the journey and pick a soulmate or another higher vibrational divine masculine or feminine to carry out your mission with. So it's kind of not even like abandoning it, it's just like shifting, it's altering it. It's like a new contract. And I think that's what I used to talk about, is I used to say that there was contracts. There's like some of you are getting out of your contracts, you're writing new contracts. There's like, I'm trying to think of that term where you get to alter the contract. And what's very interesting is I got the download that I can very much assess my Akashic records and kind of rewrite it. It's like, if you get empowered enough, you get to decide You get to basically change. You get to put those voids in there. You get to change who your counterpart is. If you've gotten, you've done this awakening and you've done, you know what I mean? Like if you get to where you get to this enlightenment, you fully have done this journey, this mission, awaken, and there's something wrong with your twin or your counterpart, okay? And that's where I feel that this is where like part 2 is going to step in, right? Because in the last reading I was saying how, you know, false twins and that spell work and all of that. And then throughout my journey, like I'd finally found that I very much have been with my twin, right? But then there's always been this choice, you know, I've been trying to figure out, is it the energetic ties? Is it unfinished business? What is it with this constantly finding all these soulmates in my energy, right? So, you know, so I went to Source asking so that I was getting more downloads, right? Okay, so this is where you really have to trust your intuition. You do. And that you got to stop going and looking for your twin if that's what you're doing, or asking for signs and synchronicities. Now, yes, your spirit guides, your ancestors, your team are definitely going to be trying to give you messages and push you along, especially like if you're completely going in the wrong direction. Because to know who your twin is, so that we don't completely write them off, right? Because there's some of you, it's like they've caused so much heartache or whatever, or a wound to trigger you into your healing, that you in fact you're completely missing it whatsoever and blocking them out, not even giving them the time of day. But really these missions are about finding that self-love, and to be able to find full self-love for yourself, you have to heal yourself by releasing any wounds, right? You have to be able to release anger, hate, sorrow, sadness, any of those lower vibrational energies. You have to withdraw, release, let them go. It's just like your heart chakra needs to be filled with love, and you can't have love and have sadness, and you know what I mean? You have to be fully open. So especially like if we're going to shift to this 5D consciousness, right? Okay. So yeah, so for some of you, like I was talking about, that enlightenment in that reading was going to let you know, in fact, that some of you might have completely written off your twin because you were seeing them as being toxic or whatever. Okay, now here's what I got for this reading. So it's like, you know, I've heard some people say that, you know, your twin is a divine, because we are divines, we're from the light, right? So they'll never truly be toxic, right? And you hear that. And that part, I believe, where it's not, like, to you, there would never truly be that toxicity of, like, being abusive. Just a minute, guys. All right, hold on, guys. Okay, guys, sorry about that. So I'm not sure where I was whatsoever because my daughter needed me. So, I was trying to remember where I was. It's not too good with all the editing and piecing things together. I need to work on that, or I need somebody to very much help me with that so I can really get my videos epic, right? Anyway, so I think I was talking about not needing to know who your twin is, but source, divine spirits, you know, are going to be trying to give you messages and things like that. So pay attention, you know. You'll just notice lots of synchronicities. You'll be getting messages through songs, memories that are going to make you think of that person, right? Source knows how to work with you. So if you guys have had some sort of connection together or something like that, for me, it's like they keep showing a certain movie to me, right? This movie keeps coming across, and it happened to be the movie that, you know, a long time ago I went to the theater with, and all of this stuff, you know, I used to think that all of these symbols and spirit was always giving me these messages, right? And then through songs that I got a lot of messages from, but, you know, I got so sucked into it, right, that I was like, source is guiding me towards this. And then I used to keep like a treasure box and of certain things, and they kept bringing them to my attention. And I took them out one time. I got so frustrated because I couldn't understand why I kept coming across it. So I went and hid it somewhere else. But then I would keep coming across wherever I would hide it. I was just like, oh my God, like seriously, what is this? Why do I keep coming across this? Like, I got really sucked into this, and I was like, no, this, you know, you're showing me this. And, you know, like I was so certain that my twin was one of my soulmates, and I very much had them mixed up. But now I know why the journey was so significant to showing me that, because I have a very challenging twin flame connection. And, they wanted me to like not give up, but at the same time, because it's just like they knew that I needed my twin to come in to empower me to spiritually advance and awaken me, and at the same time I'm healing them too. It's so intricate, like you're healing each other, right? But see, there's a piece, there was like a flaw to mine, okay, or a compromised that it got. Is there certain things that can happen? It's either the trauma can be extremely just so detrimental, somebody just physically cannot get over a certain part. So their mind kind of has to safeguard it. There can be a mental illness or something. This is what I'm getting for somebody, where it creates a block. It's just like, say that somebody goes through a large amount of trauma or something, and they get like physically hurt or something, it triggers something. So or like a PTSD, a type of mental illness, so it can block somebody from being able to fully do that healing or awaken, or I hope I'm explaining this very well. So in those circumstances, one of the twins may be, have a flaw to them. Not, it happened to be due to this, this life, right? Part of what we're here to heal, right? All of this abuse and all of these things, because mental illnesses can very much be developed through a lot of trauma, through physical abuse, through those sort of things. Also, drugs and alcohol, things like that. Excessive use of those can very much cause problems, right? Because it's like when you get it, people that have went into the drug problems and things like that, they it's like when you're being under control of those substances, that's where the devil can get control over your mind and kind of take over. So it can kind of try to be so strong, it forces you out, of being in this divine light and being protected and guided. I know a lot of you might be right away like, oh, well, no, because us divines don't go down that way. But you don't know if things were imposed upon you that were out of your control. Like if you were drugged or dosed or things like that. Or if, it was due to these injuries. If all of a sudden you got addicted to some sort of drug, some sort of pain medication because of an injury or an illness that you had, and because of that illness that you were prescribed medication, and then you got addicted, and then you developed a problem with it and all of this. So then because of that was a deciding factor of your life, right? So you can have different things. And okay, so for times that's happened, like some of these abilities and these gifts have kind of been blocked. It was another one that I was getting, and it was kind of divine protection. So it's like if anybody has ever used their gifts that they're not supposed to use, abuse of these gifts, divine can take them away from you and block them. So some people, it's like they've compromised their mission because of some sort of abuse or some sort of abuse of their power, even though they might have been unconsciously or subconsciously, or whatever that word is, not using it, right? And like I said, some of it could be completely out of their control, getting manipulated by another, or developing some sort of condition that would not allow them to fully finish the healing or assess their crown chakra. So in those situations, then very much it's kind of like things are getting rewritten, and that's very much where I feel that some people, they some of these twins get to a position where they get to rewrite their contract. They get to assess the Akashic records and get to make that choice and that decision for themselves. So don't think that just because something happened that you don't get a pick, that you're not going to get this amazing, don't think that oh, I got a flawed mission or something. Like, you don't think God's thought of a way to make, there's just this amazing like journey for you for doing all of this work, okay? So, wow, that was a lot. So anyways, like I said, I had to go on and do another part because I got the download to do that, right? So like I said, this is not going to be everybody's story, okay? But I had to put that out there. You know, it's for someone's going to, you know, whoever comes across this reading, they're going to know they were sent to see this reading. And also, you know, this, like I said, I have no idea, you know, how many of this could have happened to. You know, it could be just one other. You know, I don't know. But it's really to get you to just, to know, you really be open and you have that faith to trust in the divine, to be led and guided, and you serve this mission. You shine up, you know, stand up, shine out, show, like, do your mission, right? And just, you know, it's about serving the mission, right? And it's about finding that love from within, and, you know, God's got you, divine spirit source. You know, it's so beautiful. We're helping so many, right? And you get so much, like, rewards and gifts, and, you know, you get into this beautiful energy, right? And you just, you get it, like, I don't even know where to keep going with this because they got the message out there, and then I'm just trying to. I don't even know what else to say. So I guess this is where I'm just going to end this reading here. All right? And, yeah, just follow your intuition, do your healing, do your work, follow the mission, and that's it. All right, guys. I'm going to do some more readings with these oracles, and because I really want to get into some more energies and find out what's going on at this time, because I just found out about Jupiter being so close to Earth. It's been the closest to Earth in like 59 years or something. And I know that Jupiter is about blessings and abundance and expansion and all of that. So being really close to Earth, I'm like, it's got to have a big factor. And then I was led to find that you should look at where your Jupiter placement is within your birth chart, right? And then whatever, I guess, influence, or maybe whatever house it's in, you can find out different things. So I'm going to get into researching that, trying to put together some more fun readings. Then I'm going to be looking into the eclipses that we have coming and more astrology stuff. So anyways, if any of that stuff interests you, guys should definitely take a look. Subscribe to my channel if you have not. Definitely should subscribe. All right, well, love and light to all of you. Bye, guys.